Hey guys, what's up? It's iPhone here, and welcome to episode 24 of Warframe, the Ultimate Beginner's Guide. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about basically just places of interest, where you should be at with your account, and what is the next thing you should be focusing on, because you get this deep into the game, you get overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that you now have access to, so it might get, just a little bit frustrating trying to choose what to do next, right? Because you don't necessarily know what it is that you need to progress further in the game, because realistically, you don't know what's ahead, right? So what we have to focus on is leveling up our account and bringing it up to a good standing to the point where we are sort of end-game viable. And to do that there really fast and really efficiently, we need to know the best places to farm certain things like XP or relics or whatever the case may be, so we can farm more platinum, different things like that there. It's just so we can get more slots for our warframes, more slots for our weapons, and maybe even some cosmetics in the side. So we're just going to jump right into it and learn about different places of interest, right? Because knowing where to go to get certain things done very fast and efficiently is key to Warframe and key to sort of making the experience of the game a lot more enjoyable. And it's also key to learning how most of your frames play out, right? So what we're going to talk about first is the best place to level all of your weapons and warframes, right? Now, as of August 2017, I would say that place is Hydron on Sedna. If you've been following the guide, you may not have unlocked this yet, unless you've went on and you've done the 7 principles on Lua, by yourself. You figured it out. You watched the video from Tactical Potato, which was made by Nesomir, that I linked in a video beforehand, and you kind of learned how to do it yourself. You can do that there. I still have to make my guide version of it, which should be maybe the next episode or the episode after. But basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to Sedna. And if you come in here with one weapon, let's say you want to level up your Soma Prime from level 0 to level 30. If you unequip your secondary and you unequip your melee, you only go in with your Soma Prime or your regular Soma or whatever the case may be, any weapon at all. You bring in level 0, you stay 15 waves. From level, or from wave 0 up until wave 15, your weapon is going to go from level 0 to level 30 within the space of those 15 waves, right? Because you're getting all the XP from the mobs, you're getting the XP that your friends are getting by killing the enemies for you. So let's say someone brings a Banshee with Soundquake in here, or a Serum with Spores, then they're going to be killing a lot of enemies really fast, and you're going to get a lot of XP just for them killing, because you're within their affinity range, and you're going to get all that XP to your Warframe and to your one weapon that you have equipped, right? So it's going to get from level 0 to level 30 within the space of 15 waves if you don't have a booster, and then 10 waves if you do have a booster. So if you went and bought platinum, you can go ahead buy an affinity booster. I recommend buying a 30-day one, or at least maybe free 90-day or 30-day ones, so you can get a 90-day booster, or you can spend money on the prime accessories just to speed this up a little bit more, so you don't spend all your time on Hydron leveling. So what you would do here is you just bring in every single piece of master rank fodder, something that's really bad, like the Kraken. You bring that in here, get your buddy or something. They kind of just use a DPS frame, like an AoE DPS frame, get him to level it, and then just get out of there. And that's how I would farm my master rank, on top of just completing the nodes and stuff. So Hydron is the best place for leveling. Whenever it comes to your warframes and stuff, it will take a little bit longer, but I would just level some weapons that you have to get from level 0 to 30 while you're leveling a new warframe or something. Just make sure that whenever you are leveling a new warframe, to put Vitality on, as your first mod, because you will die very, very fast, because your warframes won't have a lot of health. They'll have less than 200 health most times, unless it's a very special frame that has more than 300 health, of course. So, make sure you're running Vitality if you're going in here with a level 0 frame, or else you will get melted and it won't be very nice. So there is that. Moving on from there, now we're going to be talking about where we farm relics and stuff at, because relics are basically how you get a lot of platinum, right? Because you want to be farming prime sets, and prime sets are basically a full set of a prime item. So let's say I wanted to sell a Trinity Prime set. I would need to get the Trinity Prime Blueprint, the Trinity Prime Chassis, Trinity Prime Neuroptics, and Trinity Prime Systems, and then I would sell that to a player and market that as me selling a Trinity Prime set for 80 platinum or something. So you can check prices on Warframe.market, and where we farm our relics depends on what types of relics that we're trying to farm, right? So because we have almost the entire star chart unlocked, we would go to Eris or Xenia on Eris if we wanted to farm Neo Relics and Axie Relics. You get Neo Relics for rotation A, and then you get Axie Relics for rotation B and C. This is an interception mission. You bring a crowd control frame in here like Frost or like Nova, and then you should be good to go. All you have to do is stand on a point or all the points, depending if you're playing this in public or solo. I recommend playing it public, of course, because it's an interception. So you just come here and you crowd control all the enemies and just make this go as smoothly as possible. It's just a very easy infested interception. It's very lazy as well, because you don't really have to do that much, especially if you are playing a crowd control frame like Frost. You have like your max range, max duration, and decent efficiency build on Frost, and you should be good to go. And we'll be talking about making a build like that there, and not, you know, in the future, basically. So other than that there, Zini is for your Neo and your Axie relics. For your Meso relics, you want to go to Jupiter. Io on Jupiter. This is defense mission. Very easy. Get a frame like Equinox, which you can obtain from Uranus over here. You know, go ahead, kill the boss there. Equinox is very hard to farm because it takes like 8 parts for her to be crafted. But once you do eventually get your hands on her, she is a god frame. Like, she is really insane whenever it comes to damage dealing, and I'll probably make a guide for her in my everything you need to know guide, and talk all about her different uses and stuff. And that will be that's being worked on this month, and it'll be released next month, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. But other than that there, that's where you farm Meso relics. It's a very easy farm, and that's where I recommend going. And then last but not least, I was saying last but not least because I was thinking about Earth. But we're actually going to be talking about Lift relics. And you get Lift relics in the Orokin Derelict on Orokin Derelict defense. And to unlock Orokin Derelict defense, all you have to do is go ahead, go to your market, type in Orokin Derelict, and then go to Orokin Derelict defense, and then purchase the blueprint, press yes. And then doing this mission will grant you a few things. It's a good Neurode farm, it's a good Orokin style farm. You can get your Mutilus LV coordinates to farm Mesa if you haven't got her already. And then you also get the Lift relics on top of that as well. It's a very easy mission. It's another one of those really lazy missions where it's just infested, and all you have to do is kind of like stand up on a pillar and shoot down at the enemies. Bring an AoE frame like Ember or something, and then you should be good to go. Maybe even the Tsar, which is the next weapon that we're going to be going for. And yeah, so once you've done all that there, your next kind of goal is to level up your mods, right? So to make those missions that I just showed you go as efficiently as possible, you want to have really good mods, right? And to get Endo to level up your mods, you're going to have to go and farm it, right? Now, personally, what I do is I go to Pluto and I farm Endo from Hyricon. And in Hyricon, you have the chance to get 400 Endo per A rotation. So what you could do is you could come in here to do 2 excavators and then leave, and then come back in, do 2 excavators again, and then, you know, keep on rinsing and repeating. Or you could do like an endurance run and get you know, mods like Life Strike from here, Vital Sense, maybe even some Neo relics as well if you want them, and even some Axie too. So, you know, Hyricon is kind of like Candy Mountain, I like to call it, because you can get so much from it. You can also get a lot of Neo relics from Hydron and Sedna as well. But Hyricon is just very efficient because you get rewards every 2 minutes. So that's why I like to come to Hyricon to farm my Endo, personally. You can also do it in a thing called Swordies, but we haven't quite unlocked that yet. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that there whenever we get to it, because you get a lot of sculptures from them. So, you know, that is kind of our next goal whenever it comes to progressing on this account. So right now we're just covering you know, where we're at and what we need to do next, and then, you know, also like how we get the next thing done very efficiently. So the next episode is going to be all about the 7 principles, and then you know, getting this War of Inquest done. So 7 principles in the next episode, War of In the episode after that there, and then once that there is done, we can talk about sorties and playing those and how we do well on those, because we are going to be basically farming a lot of Endo to max out our mods. So that's what I expect you guys to be doing, is just focusing on maxing out your mods that you would throw onto your builds, and also forming your Warframes and weapons, right? So something like Blind Rage here, you need to get this max rank, or at least free from the top as soon as possible. Constitution, get that max rank. Let's actually just go through a list of things that I need you guys to get max rank. So if, okay, I've already got it sorted by rarity. Blaze, if you have this, get that max rank. Blind Rage, get that max rank. Constitution, get it max rank. Continuity, get it max rank. Let's see what else we have. We have Fleet and Expertise. Get this either one from the top or get it max rank. It's down to you which one you prefer. I would say go one from the top for now, and then whenever you get another Fleet and Expertise in the future, you can go ahead and you can make that max rank. Get Flow the max rank. Frostbite, if you have that, get that the max rank. Heavy Caliber, get this the max rank. Hell's Chamber, get that the max rank. Intensify, Lethal Torrent, if you have that, that's a Nightmare mission mod. Narrow Minded, get that the max rank. Overextended, let's see what else we have here. Ravage, if you have that. Rhyme Rounds, Scorch, Scattering Inferno, Shred, Split Chamber, Streamline. What else we have? Vital Sense, if you have that. Surretion, where would that be? All of your elemental mods, so things like your 90% elemental mods like Charged Shell right here, Contagious Spread, you know, stuff like that there. Aura mods like Energy Siphon, Corrosive Projection, Fever Strike, you know. Let's see, Hornet Strike, get that the max rank. Point Blank, Duration, Shocking Touch, Speed Trigger, Stretch, you know, just mods that'll greatly benefit your character in some way, shape, or form. Vitality, Steel Fiber, get those to max rank. And that's basically all that we're going to be doing. Point Strike, you need that there too. So there's a lot of things that you could be doing and getting max rank, and it just all comes down to how much endo that you have and, you know, your item treasure and your item stars. So make sure that you are doing your item sculpture farming as well, which will show up in the alerts right here in Marie's Bazaar. Just go ahead, run through those, and then pick that there up. Make sure that you're also keeping tabs on your 19 extract, because that will also come in handy later on in the future whenever it comes to getting frames like Vauban, Seren, Ivara, who need that alertium, as I like to call it. But other than that there, that is really all there is to say about leveling up your mods, endo, where to farm those things, and stuff like that there. Obviously, if you also need credits, I showed you guys this in a earlier episode. Go ahead, go to Neptune, and go ahead and use the index as your credit farming. Do the middle tier reward here, and then reach the cap of the points, and then just go ahead and complete the mission, and you should be good to go. And now that's basically that there. So whenever it comes to warframes and weapons we have, once I level up Mesa and once I level up Loki, I will hopefully be able to move on the Master Rank 10, which is pretty cool. Also, keep in mind to, you know, keep tabs on the things that you have been leveling and try to copy what I have leveled up here. So I'm going to slowly scroll through it again just so you guys have a reference of what I've leveled up to 30 and what I've potentially sold. Or maybe even kept. So I'll show you the things that I've kept so far. I've made the twin Grakatas, which require the Grakata, and this is all I have right now that I have leveled up to 30 and stuff like that there. So moving on, let's move over to the weapons that I have. So I have the Dragoon, the Dread, the Heck, the Comb, the Soma, and the Vectis. Now the reason I have the Vectis here is not necessarily a great weapon, but you're going to need this for sorties if a sniper only sortie ever comes up. Same with the Dread. The Dread's really insanely overpowered, so you're going to want to hold on to that anyway. The Heck, this is your shotgun only sortie, and then you have the Soma, which is also, you know, rifle only sortie, and then we're also going to have to get stronger secondary weapons, but the strong secondary weapon that we have right now is the twin Grakata, even though they are very ammo inefficient, but we'll talk about how to mend that there later on. And we also have, you know, obviously our melee weapons here. I have the Broken War, Legion, and the Redeemer, because these are like 3 of my favorites right now that I have. So, we're going to be building the Tsar, which is going to require us to get a resource called Cuva. I'm not too sure if we can actually buy the blueprint yet because we haven't completed the War of Inquest, but actually we can. So go ahead and purchase the blueprint for that there, and then I'll tell you guys how to get Cuva once it comes to the War of Inquest. So that's in like 2 more episodes. Just have this blueprint sitting ready and make sure that you don't sell the Dragoon, right? Because the Tsar is going to come in very handy whenever it comes to farming lift relics and just basically anything versus the infested, right? Because this is just very insane. It's also going to help out whenever it comes to farming resources as well, whenever we get our hands on the likes of Necrus or Hydroid, because they can, again, help us farm resources and stuff and allow us to craft things, you know, a lot easier because we have a lot more resources hanging around. And that's also going to allow me to build the beginner clan a lot faster because I have those things at my disposal. So also, make sure to be leveling up your syndicate and go ahead and claim your justice mod, which will up the damage off your Heck significantly. And then whenever it comes to the sorties, it should be basically a cakewalk because of how crazy OP your Heck is because of this mod. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to claim that once this bitch gets out of our face. And then we're going to get Scattered Justice, redeem it, press yes, and there you go. Thank you for your purchase. Now you want to go ahead, level that there up with your endo. And then what you'll notice is you're going to be a lot stronger whenever you use your heck now, because you're going to be shooting like 2 more bullets, which is going to increase your damage by about 2 times, right? So it's a pretty crazy mod. So let's just go ahead and take a look at our heck. And what you'll probably notice is you probably ran out of mod capacity to throw it on, right? So you need to actually, like, you know, forma the weapon. So I'm just going to go ahead, throw on a forma, which, keep in mind, keep your forma very topped up. You want to keep on farming your prime parts and stuff, and then we're going to have to level up our hex. So if you haven't actually unlocked Hydron on Sedna, if you didn't skip on ahead of me, then what you're going to want to do is level this up on Stoffler on Lua, and also do the same with your Mesa. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do after I make this video, edit it, render it, record it. So level up on Stoffler, do about 20 waves here, and then you should be good to go. Pro tip, you can also press tab to see what level your weapon is at. So once it hits max rank, just go ahead and leave on the next sort of milestone, so the next like 5 waves, and then you should be good to go. And that's basically it. Like, that's all there is to sort of talk about in this episode. I highlighted key points of farming where you need to sort of keep in mind, like those are all different places. So if you have struggle or if you have problems with that there, just go ahead, rewatch the video, and that's all sort of the key points of interest that you need to know for now. So keep in mind, if you're watching this video later than August 2017, that might have changed a little bit, but hopefully it won't change within the space of a year. Like, hopefully everything should be the same. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button below, and if you want to see more Warframe content from me, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.